All right, this is going to be brief. Hopefully, this is going to encourage someone with releasing, there it is, wait, releasing people pleasing, trying to get a good V. Okay, so I'm going to share something. We've been working on a lot of this, okay? Since we're working on the root chakra, I'm trying to share things that I feel like kind of go together, okay? Because the root chakra it's our foundation, okay? It's where we get our first sense of self from, or the lack thereof. And so a lot of us, whether we're fully aware of it or not, we have been fashioned into people pleasing, okay? People pleasing. So I'm just going to share a little clip here. It's a situation where on this show, there was a lady who had an accident, okay, publicly on a large scale. She farted, okay, she passed gas, and but she's over it. Like, she's not allowing it to take her sense of self or cause her to not just keep moving forward and being herself. But the person that she is mentoring, they have a lot of issues with people pleasing. And so I'm just going to share this clip, and hopefully it encourages somebody. This could be pertaining to you, or it could be pertaining to somebody that you know has a mega issue with people pleasing, which has trapped their lives in a state of stagnancy. Okay, so here we go.
Not your first day back since the incident.
Incident? I like that. Around here, they just call it that time I farted on TV.
I hope you're not mad at me over all of this.
Okay, we gotta nip this in the bud. Remember when I first started sponsoring you and I asked you to do a fear inventory?
Yeah?
Maybe it's time for you to do another one, because I don't remember you writing down, I'm terrified that people won't like me.
I didn't write that down.
Why not?
I was afraid it would make you not like me.
Do you see what you're doing here?
Yeah. No.
If you always seek the validation of other people, you will never be content, because you're making them your higher power. You're doing it with me. And at the end of the day, I'm just another drunk. Oh, one who is 60 seconds away from doing the weather. Walk with me.
Ooh, we're gonna do the weather?
She's going to show her how to embrace her authentic self, or how to accept her, like, failures and shit.
Oh my God, that's sports with Kane Stevens!
And you don't need him to like you either.
Yes,
Exactly.
I do. No, you don't. Look, I didn't have a lot going for me growing up, but winning people over was one of my strong suits.
And I'm sure it served you, but you don't need it anymore. Let me ask
Exactly.
you something. Do you like yourself? Because that's the only person you should be concerned
Yes.
about. Now, off my set. All right. In 5, 4, 3, 2, look who's back. All right. Before I get to the 5-day, let me acknowledge something that got away from me last week. Laugh it up, Rob. I know you're not wearing pants behind that desk. Point is, we're all human. We have our sunny days and rainy days.
Yeah,
It's how you dust yourself off to get to the next day that matters.
exactly.
So looking at him, oh my God, you winked at me.
So
She's not a big deal. Beginning now.
okay, let me pause that. Okay, so she basically reiterated what I was saying. Okay, life happens, shit happens. We have good days, we have bad days, we embarrass ourselves. Shit happens at the end of the day. Like, she asked her, do you like you? Why are you worried about all these people? You're giving your power away, trying to please, trying to fit in. And at the end of the day, she called herself a drunk because they're in Alcoholics Anonymous together. So she was just trying to let her know, like, you may look up to me, you may think that I'm great, but at the end of the day, I'm just another drunk like you, trying to work the program. You need to learn how to seek the validation from within yourself. Okay? No longer kissing ass, no longer people pleasing, no longer worried, overly, excessively worried about what people outside of you think. You'll never have stability. And I love that she said that. You will never find it, because you'll be in a constant state. Do this one like me? Would they like me? And everybody's got such changing and shifty views and opinions. This is why I used to say you end up losing yourself. You get contorted. You end up feeling spent because you go to one group and they're telling you blah, 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 blah. You go to another group and they're saying blah, 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 blah. Your mama think this, your daddy think that, your sister think this, your brother think that, this ex-lover thinks this new lover thinks that, this employee, it just gets to a place where you're scattered trying to fit the bill in the role of other individuals, and that's their projections, it's their view, and half of them can't even live up to that themselves. And so at the end of the day, it's do you like you. I love that. Shit happens, life happens, and I can promise you the people that we're looking up to, the people that we think their shit smells like sneakers, I can promise you they're super flawed, okay? I can promise you, if you were a fly on the wall of their life, you'd discover that they're not what you think either, okay? Because humans are flawed. Some of us have become professional at hiding this from the world by throwing our money around, our weight around, our businesses around, our titles around, okay? Our entourages and shit like that, name dropping. You heard? But I can guarantee you, they're flawed, dear. Do you like you? Do you like who you're becoming? Do you like who you are? Give yourself the liberation and freedom for journey. See, ideally, we would have had loving environments and situations that allowed us to feel safe to do just that, to discover who we were and who we wanted to be, without being projected upon, right? Without being used as some type of energetic garbage can for people who don't know how to handle their shit themselves. So we have to overcome it later in life in adult age, most of us. Because we have been used to being quiet, ass kissing, jumping through hoops and loops, pretending. As long as they're happy, you're miserable, but as long as they happy, bitch. That kind of energy. And what a miserable life to live on this journey that's meant to be lived and had and explored, and then it's done with. Once I've accepted this, I'm not saying it's a cakewalk collective that is easy, but I'm saying that it's worth it. And you start to feel a stronger sense of yourself because you're not losing yourself as much, because every week you're trying to fit into some other group, bitch. Every month you're trying to kiss the ass of hierarchy number 1 and hierarchy number 2 that don't mean shit. Let me get out of there. Because half of them discombobulated themselves and they're trying to project their shit onto you. This is why a lot of people who are perfectionists and objectify people is because they lack this control within themselves and within their own lives. And so they objectify their external experiences with other people with unrealistic expectations in which they themselves cannot conform. They themselves will never be. And so it becomes easier to project and pick apart other people's lives. This is why I have a real big issue with professional critiquers of other people's lives. People that can halfway critique their own properly. That knows blindness. This is an individual